in from. So I live right outside of Columbus, Ohio, in a town called Pickerington, cow town called Pickerington. And so if you're on my downline, we're actually doing a pool party the end of this month. So make sure you check it out. You can come. Some people are even like traveling in Massachusetts. Okay, Florida. You're like, why would I leave Florida to come to Ohio? I get it. I get it. Dallas, New York, Utah. Oh gosh, so we're from all over. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share. All right, we're gonna go ahead and kick this off because I know time is money and time's our most valuable resource. So just so you know, I am Brittany Metke Powers. We actually typically do this call month or weekly, sorry, with my upline, my sponsor. Her team is Empire Builders, okay, but the Real Drill team, that Real Deal Dream team is my team. And so just a little bit about me. I have been in the social selling space for a little over 8 years. I started out as a 100% total rookie, no idea, no formal education. I wasn't an influencer. I had 200 friends on Facebook, and I learned along the way, and it ended up changing my life. My last company, I was there for 7 years. My team grew to over 34,000 reps at one point, and we sold $360 million in sales. So fast forward to us making the decision to come to Farmasi February 7th, which was kind of a big move. But in the meantime, we have been growing like crazy. We're now a vice president team, us. We have surpassed $3 million in retail, and we are just growing and growing, and we're all kind of figuring it out. So my upline, Brooke, was actually at a former company too as a leader, and she moved over in October. So we have a lot of resources, and this is just kind of our onboarding call, and we're going to kind of talk about how this new business can build your social selling empire and unlock your true potential. I'm just going to go over some of the basics of it. So first, we're going to talk a little bit about how to duplicate. Okay, so we have a plug and play keyboard systems. This is called Boards. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Boards. I never used it before coming to Farmasi. I honestly was always kind of against it, but we have found that it's kind of simple. And so you can scan this and it's going to have like access on what you need to do as a new influencer and how to get started. But if you are on my downline, we have our own boards and Brooks is plugged into it. And so we also have resources outside of boards that would be tagged in the team page. But I will say, and I always give this speech, I was so against it. Okay. I was literally like, I'm not learning anything new. I had it recommended to me for years and I gave it a chance. And I will say, I love it. All the resources are there. It's free if you just have one. It's so simple and it has made my efficiency probably it's like tripled it. So I will say give it a chance at least for information. You're going to have graphics in there, you're going to have ingredients in there. It's all like one-stop shop. So I love it. So step one, we like to say, you get to join some of the team chats. Everyone here has probably different access to them. So if you're on my downline, we have a Facebook group. I keep everything updated in there. There's contests. There are tips and tricks, any company announcements, stuff like that. We also have a Facebook testimonial group. That is, you can use it and it's for your customers. It's public. People share their journeys and it's been really helpful for your business. So Brooke, for her team, has a WhatsApp chat. Our team has a Facebook chat. One thing I'm going to say about chats in general is, we kind of keep the conversation in there, business, positive, and solution oriented. So like I said, some people, you'll know if something's a customer service issue. If that's the case, go to customer service, or if something, is better for your sponsor. But we do like to keep things kind of moving forward in there. Recognition, you have a question about a product, you had a weekly or daily win. That's kind of what the chats are for. I have found them to be helpful myself when I have like I hadn't tried a product yet or something like that, I can drop and ask a question because we have so many different products, right? So that's kind of the option. Step two is going to be the download the boards app. That's a keyboard shortcut where you'll have all the resources programmed right into your keyboard, and it makes duplication a breeze. Honestly, all of our recordings are on there and all of that kind of what I said. So then we're going to talk a bit about the boards app here. It's just everything is there. Important links, information for sharing right from your keyboard. So we have a new influencer checklist. We have the opportunity comp plan stuff, content ideas, product info, ingredients, customer service numbers. A lot of stuff is in there. So I do feel like it's helpful. And especially like if you start to grow, it's easy to share with people that are coming in. So I really personally like it a lot. So step three, get launched. Okay. So this is kind of, now that you have everything kind of set up and ready to go, you kind of just start talking to people, get your business launched on social media. I want you to check out the content folder for ideas. Actually, under new influencer, we have a file that has some verbiage. We are all about, a lot of us like to overthink our businesses. And what I love about Farmasi is you really can work it what feels natural, what's organic to you. I always tell people make sure you grab like a few products, maybe something you've been interested or can replace something, and you share it like that. The selling points of Farmasi, why did you partner, what specific goals do you have, and how people can reach out to you for some more information. We are all learning. No one here that I've met has tried or is an expert on all almost 300 products, and that isn't honestly, that's not duplicatable. That doesn't attract people if they think they have to know everything. So it's really about being authentic. People work their businesses in different ways. Some are going to do tons of vendor events. Some are going to do things online publicly. Some might have a closed group. Some may do parties, messenger. You kind of get your own vibe, but the option is to work it in all the ways or maybe limit, to what works for you. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the money part of it, and we'll break it down. What does commission and comp plan looks like? Because that's always step four. If you're on this call, you're probably here to make some type of money. What I love is the Farmasi business works for everyone with different goals, whether it is to just get a discount or, right, to freaking make either $200 a month, $2,000 a month, $20,000 a month. The potential is there. So why I have you all, we'll go over some quick Farmasi facts. 74 years of heritage in Turkey. So it's actually the number one direct sales company in Turkey, and about 10 years in the direct sales space, 5 years in the USA, 3 years in Canada, and about a year in the UK. One thing I really noticed when we just had our first incentive trip in Mexico, most of the influencers in North America are in Mexico. There is a huge opportunity for us to grow here in North America. We are just a baby part of Farmasi. But we are in 40 countries. We are a global company. So you can sell and enroll in a lot of different companies and grow it like that. All of our ingredients are European standard for product ingredients. That is essentially it's a stricter, they like ban 1,300 or something like that, and the US only bans 11. We have kind of a breakdown to that in our resources because they also follow other standards, but because they're global, they have to follow EU standards. So everything we own the complete supply chain for our products from raw materials to finished goods and the manufacturing facility and our technology. So that's how they're able to keep things really affordable because they own it all. There is no middleman there. And so that largest manufacturing facility is actually in Turkey. It's called Farmacity, and there's a trip on the comp plan that you can earn to get there and see it all. But there's a video on YouTube and in the resources. It's really cool. I would suggest checking it out. Watching that was one of the things that really piqued my interest to see how much they put into everything. So, and then a big thing is there's no catches, there's no annual fees, there's no website fees, anything like that. They have a car bonus program. There's trips, there's community. They have their own official Facebook group. There's going to be company trainings, company events. We have convention. So many resources, honestly, which is kind of new for me coming over as a leader. I haven't been used to so many. So it's like, okay, where do I get started? And just taking things one step at a time, which I've really kind of enjoyed. It is really nice to learn from each other because everyone has different experiences. So there are different ways. How many of you, some of you guys probably have been here for a minute. So we have something called customizable hot list. That's right over here. I really love this. You can put your favorites there. You can maybe you're making a wellness drink, maybe you have a makeup look, maybe you're talking to someone and they want you to recommend a skincare routine. You can make it just for them. That little heart section on the app or the website, and then send them to direct link. I also feel like it's really influencer friendly. Maybe you're doing a get ready with me in your stories. You can put the links that you use right there. So let's talk about the different ways right here. So a customer, you can enroll as a customer, okay? A customer is 50% commission. They pay full price retail, and then you get 50% commission. The other way is as a beauty influencer, they purchase the 1999 kit or one of the other products. And then they get to shop at 50% off. All of you all are beauty influencers. And then another way is preferred customer. So this is actually a program that's still kind of in the beta mode, but we have it here. You get 25% commission is earned, but they get a 25% discount, and then they get to pick between 1 or 2 months that product shipped. And so, yes, you may be making a little less commission, but it's a guaranteed order. So you kind of, figure that out. They also get free shipping at $40. So as a customer is always going to get free shipping at $75 if they're a registered customer. Influencers, we only get free shipping if there's a promotion. So as of today, June 29th till tomorrow at midnight, there is a free shipping promotion if $60 or more are spent. That's actually less than the threshold for customers. So you can place an order that's over 60 and get free shipping, and your customers can get free shipping too. So I really, really love that. We're going to go over some basic definitions here for when it comes to the compensation plan. Really high level. Obviously, a qualified recruit. A qualified recruit is a beauty influencer that was 125 PV or more, and that's required every 6 months to remain active. So 125 within 6 months. And if you have 125 within the month, you're considered qualified. And they really love to reward that 125 number. So if you are in your first 4 months, you'll see about the welcome program. We'll go over that. PV is anything that you purchase yourself. So yes, someone asked me, do I get PV on my own orders? You absolutely do. You get PV on the kit as long as it's not the sample kit. And anything that you personally sell to your customers, you're going to get PV. Group volume is your PV plus anything that your team buys or sells. So to their customers or beauty influencers. So your total group volume is anything that your personal volume plus anything that anyone under you buys or sells. A leg is the number of frontline beauty influencers that achieve the 25% bonus level, which we'll talk a little bit more in a second. And then your frontline is a beauty influencer that you personally or directly sponsor, and they are kept on your frontline. We do actually have something called placement in this compensation plan. I'm going to tell you if you're familiar with it or you're not. It's probably going to be different than anywhere you came from because we do have a volume-based compensation plan. So I tell people that kind of keep that in the back of their mind for when they're maybe towards leadership. And not everyone here is for leadership, which is fine. But if you are, that's something that people really like to use. So let's talk about customer commissions, you guys. The easiest way to do this, you're going to earn 50% of the retail price, 1 PV per wholesale dollar. So let's break this down. Absolute Elixir, 75 retail. Wholesale price is $37.50. That's what we pay. So we get dollar for dollar on wholesale. So if, say, you sell an Absolute Elixir to a customer, they pay 35 or they pay $75, you're going to get paid from that $37.50, and you're going to get 37.50 PV. Now, if you order it, you're going to pay $37.50 and you're going to get 37.50 PV. So it just always think that we are shopping wholesale. Our PV is dollar to dollar wholesale pricing. So say when you see which will actually, I'll wait till we get to the compensation plan and show you guys, but you'll see that's all like wholesale pricing numbers. But it's dollar for dollar, which I love. So we also have this team building program, okay? You can earn free products when you personally sponsor a pharmacy influencer, and they are qualified in their first month of the welcome program. Okay, so to earn free products with the team building program, your newly sponsored influencer must achieve 125 in a calendar month in their first month. If they aren't able to do this, it's extended to the last day of the next month. So there is a grace period. So there is a grace period for team building. So say you've enrolled some people today, maybe they don't qualify, but they qualify in July, this will still apply. You can get up to 5 each month, and this is unlimited for forever, essentially. I really love the options here. There's a blurring primer, the Infilast mascara, the intensive repair leave-in conditioner, the calendula balsam, and this age reverses exfoliating cleanser. I actually only tried it because I got it for free, and now it's a regular part of my routine. So these are great. You can stack them up for freebies. You can sell them and get 100% profit. You can use them for whatever you want, but it's a great way to get products. So you have a few different enrolling kits. Everyone enrolls differently. We do have promos every now and again. This month we had a $10 promo, which was a full-size product and swag. The one that a lot of people love to do is the $19.99. It's actually a box like this. It's full of various samples, and then that unlocks people shopping at 50% off. So that's how I joined. Then we also have, if you're in your 30 days, you can add any of these kits. So we have like an elite skin and makeup kit. We have a skin and nutrition. We have a nutrition. We have a makeup. We have like the Supreme kit, which is $500. I want to tell you, people do get PV on product kits, which I love because obviously they're paying that and it's full product. So if someone is buying the $1,000, $500 kit, that's like $1,000 in product. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. So you can, yeah, if it's in your 30 days, Kelly, you can go in and purchase any one of each of the kits within your 30 days. So if you buy the Supreme kit, you can get the sample kit for $9.99. So there's two ways. You can get a product kit and then you can add on the sample for $9.99, or you can do the $19.99. I'm going to tell you right now, if you were wanting to work this for a business, I suggest doing at least making sure you have some product. You do need a little bit more than just the samples, even if it's just one or two things, and then you need to wait. So that's just my own recommendation, because you are going to take people on a journey, and it's really hard to do that if you don't have something in hand. Does that make sense? So absolutely you can buy more. And then I want to answer the other question before I move forward here. For the team building grace period, if they join June 1st, yeah, they do. But here's the the caveat on that, Cody, is say they end July. If they end June 1st and they end June 1st at 125, they have to start all over. So it essentially, they start from scratch. They'll need to get 125 in July. So, but yes, it would still count even if it was June 1st that they join. They still get that grace period. It just is starting from scratch. So some people will look and they'll be like, oh my gosh, they're at 120. You know what I mean? They'll have to start all over. But there's benefits to that too. It gets them into the welcome program, which we'll cover in a little bit. But yeah, if you are in your 30 days, you can add yeah, so you can only get kits within 30 days as an influencer. Honestly, you'll kind of see as you learn, Kelly. If someone's interested in buying a kit, you might as well just have them become an influencer and then they can shop under you. You know what I mean? But it's a great way to get a lot of product. So this fast start bonus, this is actually the last month for it. So I have a strong feeling they'll probably kick out something July 1st. But if you're here, you're going to qualify to earn this. And this also has a grace period. So just so you know, if maybe you joined within the last week, don't stress out about it. You can start hitting these goals. And yes, it does go for 4 months, but you can still qualify. This is essentially a way to get $500 cash. So I'm just going to kind of break it down to you. If it's something you're really interested in going for, reach out to your sponsor or your closest director and they can explain like what your own personal targets need to be. But what it does is it rewards consistency and growth. So the minimum requirement each month is going to be 125 PV. And then each of the 4 months, you need at least um, three influencers that are also qualified. And so for your first month, you need to at least hit the 6% bonus level. 6% is 400 in group volume. So I'm going to break down, we're about to get to the compensation plan to see what, so you can understand that. So say your month one, you need 125 PV. You need to make sure that your group volume equals at least 6%, which is 400 to 599, and you need at least three qualified recruits. So then you kind of grow each month. Month two, you need the 9% bonus level. 9% is 600 group volume. The next month they want to see you at 12. 12% is 900. Then you end with a group volume. And so if you do that each of the months, right, you're going to get $500 in cash. I'm really proud. Like last month, I think we had at least like gosh, 50 people on our team get this $500 bonus. So definitely possible. You just have to put your head down. And so, like I said, if you're new, this is the last month for it. I have a feeling they're going to launch something new to kind of help support that. So let me make sure I'm not missing any questions. No, so you have to hit them all and then it's $5 extra, Jessica. So when you hit each goal, then at the end of the period, you'll get $500 cash. Yes. If it's achieved, then you'll get 500. Yeah. So I got my 500 at last month, and because I hit it in February, March, April, and then May, and then it was paid out to me in June, if that makes sense. So this is our welcome program. So this welcome program, I freaking honestly, I feel like it's super generous. I feel like they give away so much. So like I said, again, rewarding that 125. This is just making sure you're starting your pharmacy business a little sweeter. A lot of you probably already got this full blast mascara. A lot of people get it with their first order because they surpass that 125. So you hit 125 in the first month, they're going to get a full blast mascara. This also has a grace period that applies just like the other one. So they can earn it the next month. As soon as you qualify, it pops up for you to add. So month two, you're going to get the revitalizing shampoo and hair mask. Month three, you're going to earn the elixir, and month four is a backpack. Now, about this welcome program, say you hit month one, but month two, you hit it, and then maybe month three, you don't. It's over. So you can keep going, but if you miss a month, then you forfeit being in the program. So I'm going to say we have so many people that have qualified for all of them. The backpack is on kind of ran out of stock. So they were giving an option, but I think a lot of people are waiting. They gave them the option to either claim whatever they put up there or wait for the backpack. And a lot of people are waiting for it. Gosh, I thought it was close. I showed everyone the backpack yesterday. So, I mean, there's a bunch of different freebies. So on top of this 125, for the welcome program, every single month they have a PV incentive. And this month it is dry. If you hit 125, you pick between a dry shampoo and hydrating shampoo. So say if you've just signed up right now, all you've done is the 1999 kit. You can go in, and if you placed a 125 order, you are going to be able to get a full blast mascara and a dry shampoo for free. And right now we have that shipping promotion, free shipping over 60. So it is kind of you can grab all of it. Every single month, they have those PV incentives. But if you don't use it, it starts over. So like on the first of the month, we'll all get all the details on what that month's PV incentive is. So that's outside of the welcome program. That's just something that's ongoing. And what I really love about that is it's unlimited. So you can stack and get like 3 or 4 of those throughout the month. It is pretty cool. So this is a high level, really quick compensation breakdown. You're not going to learn it right now from me just going over it with you. I'm still kind of learning it in action. There is a really good training in the back office though. But so let's just kind of talk a little bit how it works. So I told you about the different percentage levels and when you hear people say. So let's just say you hear someone get shouted out, they're at 3% bonus level. That means they have a group volume of either just themselves or them and their downline that equals 200 PV. So now I want you to remember PV is wholesale points, right? So that means they actually hit 400 in retail. So then you kind of move it up. So 6% extra bonus is 400, 9% 600, all the way up there. So when you get to 25%, that's when you hear that someone hit director. That means that they're 5,000 points, which is 10,000 retail. And a lot of people, some people, actually they can do that on their own if they want to. So what that does is it gives you an extra percentage. You'll have to kind of see, but your group bonus is earned on every influencer that you personally sponsor, and the amount you earn is based on the difference between your bonus level and their bonus level. So let me just break this down. So to keep it so simple, we'll say I'm at 25%. My person underneath me, they're hitting 15%. I'm going to get an extra 10% on that entire leg. So what I want you to know, like I said, I'm not trying to confuse you guys. That's why I'm telling you to take it slow, watch the videos. It's simple once you get it because it is a volume-based compensation plan. Like you don't need Susie to hit this and Carrie to hit this and Molly to hit this. You just need volume to go up. And so that's where it comes simple. But yes, breaking it down, once you get it, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I get this. And that's kind of what I've seen for myself. So the goal, if you are interested in leadership, not everyone is, so I always like to say that, is 25%. That's going to mean your director. And then the goal after that is kind of you get other people to that. And like I said, if your goal is a top level leader, we have one-time bonuses and we have trips that are built into the compensation plan. And then we actually have gifts from the company that start off at 9% too. So you'll see people get keychains, candles. There's so many freebies. And I think those start at 9% for the company. And so the turkey trip is built in there for Golden Director, and then there's Platinum Director and Emerald and all the way up. So want to make sure I'm moving forward here. So simplified, we always keep it simple. Your goal is 125, right? When you do that, it keeps you qualified for 6 months. You get all the gifts. You're 125 if you have a downline is what you need to get paid on them if you want that. There's always different incentives, contests, the PV incentives from the company. And then our up line has this school training, and they do want you to be 125 one time to get access to that. If you haven't been invited to that, reach out to your sponsor if you want to be, and they'll make sure that you get the link. It is in boards. You'll probably hear me say that a lot. It is in boards under onboarding, but they can send it to you as well. But that's really it. Like, you get to 125, you help other people do it, and more and beyond. And so, because our compensation plan is volume based and we don't have any website fees, we do welcome, it is very welcoming to people that join just for the discount. And that is totally fine, because a lot of people, why not shop at 50% off? So we don't pressure. There's going to be people that want to build a business, and then there's going to be a people that want to just savvy shop, and they all have a place here. So another way to keep it simple is you get 50% commission on all personal orders within 72 hours. There's a free, no, it's free if you only have one. So that's why I always tell people to just get the free boards, join the one, you never have to pay, and then see if it's worth it, but just have the one for free. And you can go from there. And I definitely, like I said, I suggest just having hours, because it has everything. So yeah, so it's paid within 72 hours through your back office into your pharmacy wallet. This is when someone places an order on your website. You do have the potential, when you see like the 3%, 6%, 12%, that is, you'll get paid on your even own personal sales at the end of the month. That's counted into it when you hit those other levels. So keep that in mind. So if you are interested in leadership, like I said, I know not everyone is, but if you are into maximizing the compensation plan and team building, your goal is 5,000 in group volume, and to help other people get to 5,000 in group volume. Everyone's timeline is different. I met a lady in Mexico that she has been an influencer since 2019, and she just did this last month, right? Everyone's going to be different. Some people do it quickly. It's because everyone's network's different. Everyone works business different. So there's not a timeline, but if that is your goal for leadership, I always say go for that. So, frequently asked questions. There is no annual fee, 125 in a 6-month period, keeps your 50% discount. You always make your 50% commission no matter what your PV is. Your day one, you sign up with a $6 join, and then you sell a $50 product to someone, you're going to get $25. 125 PV earns you on your team sales, and you're eligible for all the extra bonuses. Influencers will pay for shipping unless there's a promo, which there's a promo right now. If you spend over $60, you get free shipping. They do those maybe once or twice a month if we're lucky, so I always try to take advantage when they do those. Regular customers get shipping when it's 75. Subscription is 25% off a product in 1 or 2 month intervals, and free shipping over 40. And then to get paid, there's 2 options. You can go into your wallet and add a bank account and transfer it that way. So just so you know, for bank account, it is a $50 minimum. And then how long it takes is based off of your bank account. They also have something called Pharmacy Pay Quicker. That's a pharmacy card. I actually finally just signed up for it this week, and I was able to transfer $10, so I don't think there's a minimum there. There are probably fees, but to sign up for Pharmacy Quicker, you just kind of start it in your back office, and it will send you an email. So those are how you get your pay. And like I said, you do get off of your commissions every 72 hours. And then team bonuses are usually paid by the 10th at the latest. I've been seeing it around the 7th lately. That's also going to be when you see, like, if you earned any team building bonuses pop up too. So we did this. Well, what are your next steps? A lot of people I see are on here for the second time, because sometimes it takes a little bit more. You might want to watch a replay, but you're going to complete your onboarding steps. and then you make a list and kind of get launched and get going. You talk to people, you take people on your journey. That's really it. I know we have a lot of tools to help you do that. My biggest thing, and one of the things I see that stop people a lot, is they kind of overthink. It doesn't have to be a complicated thing at all. You don't have to know about every single product, but the biggest thing I want to ask you guys, if you're here, is to kind of commit to learn as you earn. Like I said, I definitely haven't learned everything yet, but I feel like we are doing pretty well for ourselves as a team, and my own self, as like, I'm just in there. I'm excited. I know about pharmacy. I know the basics, and that's really it. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. But like I said, we do have a lot of different trainings and resources that are there. We have an onboarding checklist. And so that is essentially everything. Before we jump off here, I just want to do a couple housekeeping reminders because it is month end. If you are on my downline, the Real Deal Dream Team, which I think most of you are, we have an incentive we just dropped today, but I want you to know that the company is doing that $60 free shipping if you spend over $60. And then there's also that up to 40% off. So a lot of ways, if you're in your first month, you want to try to take advantage and get that full blast mascara and, get that dry shampoo. So lots of goodies up for grabs. They're always going to be up for grabs. I'm always posting events. If we're doing team trainings, I share what the company's doing in our Facebook group, and I really keep us up to date there. So it's just the beginning. We're all doing it together, and I'm super excited to, do this together with you guys and see where we all go. So thanks for joining me tonight. I actually plan on jumping off and doing an unboxing live. That's one of my favorite things to do. I think it's a super casual way to share about the business. We always say never waste a box. So that's what you're going to see me doing. And I will record this and post the replay. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. And hey, it's your first month here for many of you. Hit those goals and we'll, kick off July. Have a good night, everyone.